Hey everyone, it's Deb from Locked Up with History and National Crime and Justice Museum at the Geelong Gaol. I finished up this afternoon, Sunday afternoon. I just got home from doing a Locked Up with History tour at the jail today. Really interesting one. One of my customers today was a lovely old gentleman who used to be a doctor at the jail back in the 1970s. So it was really interesting having him on the tour today to give us a little bit more information about some of the things that he did while he was a doctor at the jail. He was a locum, so he used to fill in. So he filled in for a couple of times, once in 1972. So we're hoping that he's going to send me a little bit more information so we can use that. But I love having people on the tours, or even just coming in the shop to have a chat, that have had previous experiences with the jail, whether it's a prisoner or as a warder or some of the ancillary staff like the gentleman today who was a doctor. I just love to hear their stories of their experience with the jail when it was an operating jail. So if you have some experience at the Geelong Jail, if you happen to have been there in some capacity, feel free to drop me a message. I would love to hear about your experiences, because as much as we can research and we can find out things from the records that remain, they're very black and white and very dry. I actually love the stories. And the other thing to understand with historical research too is sometimes it's a lot easier to find information on the old stuff rather than the more current stuff. And that's because it hasn't necessarily been documented, or it might have a limit on it on when we can actually view it. So a lot of things that go to the Public Records Office have a 75-year embargo, I suppose you'd call it, on it. But we love to hear these stories. This is how we add that interesting sort of factual information to the stories that we tell about the dry historical record that we have. So if you do have some experiences at the jail, I would love to hear from you. Drop me a message. Or come in and have a chat to me when I'm in the jail. I'm in the jail usually every Tuesday, and I'll be back in a fortnight with another Locked Up with History tour. So I generally do the Locked Up with History tour every second weekend, every second Sunday. And we talk about things. I do talk about some escapes. I talk a little bit about the history of the jail, but I also talk about the wider history. So I talk a bit about executions and about anatomy. What else do I talk about? A little bit about solitary confinement, some of our prisoners that we had. Sometimes it changes depending on what I've been researching recently. But I'd love to see you and love to hear from you if you do have some information that we can add to our record. Both Rob and myself both love that sort of stuff. But now I'm going to go in and put my feet up and have a cup of coffee. So I'll talk to you soon. Bye.